T. Gray and MK, you are now cleared for flight school takeoff.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What's happening, bro?
You know, it's another one of those weeks where I'm over here scrambling.
Oh, I like that. Look,
Yeah,
you're
bro.
elevated out.
I'm elevate to the max. I'm supposed to get my background going, but you know I'm scrambling over here.
Yeah, always,
Yes, sir.
always.
What's happening, people? What's up, bro? How you doing?
Doing fantastic, man. Doing excellent.
Awesome.
How are you?
I'm great. I am absolutely great. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Flight School, wherever it is in the world that you are tuning in from.
All right. Hey, man, can you do the side-by-side thing?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's make sure
Yeah.
we're side by side.
Yeah.
Oh,
In the
no,
meantime,
I'm supposed to see that.
Dynamic Debbie says, T. Gray, Mark Kithcart. Hey, Dynamic Debbie.
What's up, Dynamic Debbie? What's happening?
Audra, good morning from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Oh, he's moving around.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
All right. John Van Lowe, Warwick, Bermuda. Wow. Okay. Good to have you on, John. Christopher Adai. Hello from Ghana. Ghana is in the house.
Ghana's in the
Look at
house.
this.
Ghana.
Camellia Kirer. Good morning, funny tunicorns from Austria.
Good morning, Austria. Austria in the heezy.
Oh, something just happened. Marcus Lewis dropped 10,000 stars. My phone just went crazy.
Here we go.
It's starting. Marcus Lewis.
Good morning,
Thank
Marcus.
you.
Way to say good morning, Marcus.
Yeah, wow.
About 10,000 stars is what I'm talking about. The kids, thank you. The children.
Right.
Yeah.
Titania from Budapest.
Yes. Yes. Monica.
And then we've got Jewel Manicure that dropped 1,000 stars as well. But Marcus, man, thank you for those 10,000 stars.
Absolutely. And you know what, guys? Any amount of stars is a blessing. So thank you.
It is. Yeah.
But every once in a while, some folks get those extra zeros, and
Yeah.
oh yeah. All right. What else you got?
Let's see here. We got Janice, who dropped 1,000 stars in just now. Then we got Forrest Knight Senior, St. Louis, in the boom.
What's up, Horace?
Hey, Robin Leatherby dropping 5,000 stars.
Here you go. The stars are flowing today.
You know what? So there's something that we did this past week that that's going to be special. Okay. So
Okay.
you're going to want to be on Flight School next week, and it's going to be all about the stars.
Be all about the stars.
Vivian Everett, 1,000 stars. Dean Hannigan, you're on. Good morning, Dean.
Yes. Diane Charlton getting her Saturday fix with her coffee from Montreal, Canada. What's up, Diane?
Chrissy DeLisser. Hi, beautiful fam from Freeport, New York.
All right. All right. Beverly Smith from New York also.
Yep.
And
Maata.
AW Travel from Tallahassee by way of Tampa.
Maata from Canberra, Australia. We got people all over the world, man. What time is it in Australia right now? It's got to be. It's either really early or really late.
Super early or late.
Right? Hey, do we want to say hello to the people translating?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Absolutely do. So we want to say good morning to the people on English translation line.
There's no English translation.
Let's get that out of the way. Bienvenidos, buenos dias to everybody on the Spanish translation line. Bonjour to the folks on the French translation line. And man, is it buongiorno? I think for the folks on the Italian line, they told me ciao is goodbye.
Well, it's ciao. It's ciao.
No. They said ciao is goodbye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I got a correction in the chat last week. I think it's supposed to be buongiorno.
Okay. All right.
And then still did not learn to say good morning in chat.
I got you. I got you.
You got me?
I specifically went in and learned some Czech yesterday.
Yes. How's it go, bro?
It's super simple. All
Okay.
you got to remember is ahoy. Ahoy.
Ahoy.
Ahoy.
Ahoy.
Yeah. And it also means goodbye as well. You can use it as slang for goodbye. And that, but goodbye in Czech is nashledanou. So I'm learning Czech.
Ahoy.
Ahoy. Yes. Ahoy.
Morning and goodbye. Hello and goodbye.
Yeah. So somebody put in here, Lorenzo Gianelli put in here ciao. Ciao is I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Jennifer says ciao is hello and goodbye.
Well, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, guys, don't confuse us. English. Hey, we're still working on English, so all these options.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We ready to rock and roll, bro?
Let's do it, bro. We got a lot to cover today.
Yeah, we've got a lot to cover.
Big technology update for everybody. So,
Okay, cool. Let's rock and roll. Disclaimer, man.
all right. So, disclaimer. Isn't this an incredible opportunity, everybody? I mean, it's just so exciting. I was overhearing Holton Bugs doing a call with one of the top earners in the industry. Just and when they understand what Ibüümerang is about, they just gotta be here. Why? Because we're doing something new, unique, and we've totally brought the excitement back to this industry. And guess what else you can do here? You can make money. But guess what we don't do? We don't make guarantees about how much money you're going to make. Why? Because at the end of the day, it's up to you. Some are going to do a little, make a little. Some are going to do a lot, make a lot. Some are going to do nothing and make nothing. And that is entirely up to you. So if you want to know how much you're going to make, go have a conversation with the man or woman who's looking back at you in the mirror and ask that person, because we can't make any guarantees. Disclaimer.
Sweet. All right. Skin Tech trifolds. So these are flying off the shelves, set of 25 for $15. So go to, where do they go, T. Greg?
BoomGear.com.
I made you think.
Man, you tried to get me.
I made you think. you were like a deer in the headlights.
And you were like, let me get him.
So funny. All right. Hey, also Stephanie Pullimer dropped 3,000 stars in the chat. All right. So Skin Tech trifolds, 25 for 15. We've got a whole bunch of other good stuff over there at boomgear.com as well. So get on over there, get those trifolds. And while you're in there, just throw a couple of items in your shopping cart, like a shirt, a hat. Yeah.
Yeah. Happy year.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jay Pimp. I had to give her a call and say, hey, happy birthday, Fran. I'm just so proud of Jackie Pippins, the organization that she and her daughter Jayla have built. But they're just also super cool people. And Jackie, we hope you had a phenomenal birthday. It looks like you did.
Yeah. It looks like it's a birthday month thing, or a birthday week thing. You know how women do that?
I'm not taking that bait. You're out there.
All right.
You're gonna take this walk by yourself.
All right. Cool. So downloadable templates available at iboomhub.com/download. So get on over there. And these are for the Skin Tech show special. And if you joined Elevate as a founder, they are there. You can download them. We got all kinds of good templates over there at
iboomhub.com, baby. Yes.
Throwing you softballs, bro. Throwing you softballs. Okay.
Yeah.
You knocked that one out of the park.
Yes, sir. All right. We've got these we've got these new calls, right? And I'm glad we're doing this. We've got the Elevate call, the Zentech call, and the Spanish Elevate product call every week. Why? Because we have new people who need to be caught up to speed on what we're doing. And you know what? Even the existing people. And what's cool about these calls is that they're done by the team, right? They're done by our ambassadors who are having success with Elevate, who are having success with the ZenTech products, and of course our Elevate leaders and educators as well. So folks, I just want to encourage you guys, plug into these calls, use the recordings, encourage your team to plug in so that everybody's in the know.
There we go. Beautiful. So here's the product training call on Wednesday at 2. Then we got the ZenTech product training on Thursday, and they did a phenomenal job on Thursday. Ellen Smith was on there. It was awesome. If you did not see that, you got to go back and watch the replay. Yep. And those replays are on iboomhub.com under product training. So it's under the training navigation menu, and then you drop it down and it's the first one in there. It's product training. So, all right, every Thursday at 4. And then we got this one, Spanish.
Yes.
Training call.
Uh-huh. Are you going to go for it?
No.
No. Come on, it's not that hard. It's really simple. Es llamada de entrenamiento de producto en español. Viernes, 2 p.m. Hora de Centro Español 810-401-80-611. Ibüümerang.com.
So the Cruz wants me to read it. So no, I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, look at this.
Mark, he's going to do this next week. We're going to make him do it.
All right. Okay. I'll do it. All right.
And
okay.
Ibüümerang at the end. Raise up out of your chair like .com.
All right. So, and here's something new. So this is a part of the Elevate sessions, okay? And this is a part of the Elevate schedule. So these are not open to everyone. This is if you are an Elevate founder and you have the Elevate product. And so these French sessions are Monday at 7. Now this is French time, okay? This is probably around noon our time, okay? Noon Central. So Monday 7, Wednesday 7, and Thursday at 7, we have the French sessions. And these are some beginner sessions as well as intermediate and advanced. Yep. So good stuff.
That's exciting. I'm so happy to see that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So those have been recently added. Yeah. Cool.
The global education movement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hey, we want to encourage you guys to use the FAQs. You can find them on the support tab on where, Mark?
iboomhub.com.
That's right. All right. So you can go there, and guess what? You can self-serve so many of the answers to the questions that you might have. And we're making sure that those are updated. Angela Olavito, our executive director of customer amazement, makes sure that there's plenty of answers there. And as new questions that come up, she's updating that. So make sure you go there. And if you can't find the answer, you can jump off to a support ticket right from there as well.
Cool. You're never going to get me, T. Gray.
I'm going to keep trying though.
Yeah. And even if you said something like, if it was something on boomgear.com, I would just say iboomhub.com. Yeah.
Wow. Because you can get to Boom Gear from iboomhub.com.
Yes.
You don't accept that from me.
All right. Star Achievers bonus plan. So this is cool. So go to Star Achievers and then click the Star Achievers bonus plan. We are going to be releasing this soon. And this is something that Mr. Bugs went over at, what was it? Accelerate in Mazatlan. Mazatlan. So yeah, this is going to be cool. And there's also other good stuff there. So there's Star Achievers and then be a Star Achiever. So the list, we are still working on getting that list updated, but be patient with us. And I know that T. Gray has some updates around the technology and the back office platform. So
yeah, what's next? Okay, yeah, after this one, let me just jump in and do that.
Cool. So, hey, if you want to be featured on iboomhub.com on our blog, and there's going to be a new blog going up today. So send us your Star Achiever story to marketing@iboomerang.com. Sandy, Aki, I'm still waiting for your story. We want your story up there. So yeah, go ahead and send that in.
You got a flight school call out. You better get this.
It was. I'm calling you out, Sandy.
Call out a flight school. Where is your story, girl?
So go ahead and send it to us at marketing@iboomerang.com. All right. You ready to rock and roll, man?
I am. I have a massive flight school back office update. Still trying to figure out how to send this one in the chats. But I really hope that everybody's on with their teams today, because hopefully this information gets out. One of the things that we want to point out is that we're realizing that we need to do a better job getting information out. I mean, as a team, right? So when you get information, if you are in any of our leadership chats, when we publish updates, please make sure you're putting them in your chats and sharing the information throughout your team to make sure that everybody knows. All right. We realize everybody doesn't read emails. And of course, we're not in chat groups with everybody, but everybody can come to flight school. And that's why we're doing this right now. So let's go over some updates. As you guys know, we launched a brand new technology platform several weeks ago, actually over about a month ago. And it has been, just to be totally honest and transparent, it's been a real challenge getting it dialed in so that everything works so that you guys can rock and roll. So we want to, we've been hard at work fixing things. And this week we made a lot of fixes. You guys know, of course, right at the beginning of the week, we got commissions paid for the last 3 weeks. We're still 1 week behind. We'll be caught up on that. And we are targeting around the 25th for the monthly commissions this month. Okay. But that said, I want to walk you through a bunch of fixes we made this week. Some of these are major, some of these are minor, but there's a lot of them. It's kind of like when you update an app on your phone and there's a little thing that says what's new in this version, and sometimes it just says we squashed some bugs, and then sometimes they have like a whole thing, right? Well, today we have a whole thing. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in to some of these fixes and take screenshots and share this with your teams and make sure everybody knows what's working now. Okay. The first thing I want to do is just want to say that these icons in your back office, they work. They're called SSO icons. SSO stands for single sign-on. It means that you click them and they take you into the partner application without you having to log in most cases. So the Build Genius icon works, the I Decide icon works, the I Go icon works, the Elevate icon works, and I believe the BÜM Foundation icon also works and takes you to the BÜM Foundation website. Okay, so these are working. All right, next, transactions. Now, this has been a pain point because we've had people trying to do transactions and very frustrated because they know they're working with a good card, but they can't get the transaction to complete. And what our technology team did is they did a total rewrite of our gateway integration and our tokenization integration. I know these are big fancy words, but they are basically things that are necessary for us to be able to process transactions. And so they rewrote that to fix any bugs, they smooth these things out. I tried it out with cards last night where I tried those cards personally and they didn't go through. I got things like do not honor, I got things like CVV mismatch, and then they launched the new code and the cards went through, no problemo. Okay, so transactions should work much better on the platform now, specifically enrollments, shopping cart purchases, subscriptions. I'm getting some yes they do's in the chat. He said it's working faster. Thank you, Jason, Jenny. So I'm getting confirmation from people who have tried a transaction today since we launched this, because we launched this last night, maybe about 10 o'clock my time, Central Time. So you should get fewer weird declines, right? And I say weird declines, you're using a card that you know is good, has money on it, and it didn't work. So Now, we're not saying your card won't decline at all. If you don't have any money on your card, if your expiration date is really bad, of course, it's not going to work, but it's not going to be some weird thing on our side. And someone here, Leonard, said he bought a show special today from his back office. No problem. So folks, your back office transactions should work. Okay. All right. Yeah. Invoices are still in process. All right. Now, when they don't work, we have improved the error messages so that people don't have to beat their heads against the wall and they know what they need to do in order to solve them. Because one of the things we saw is people trying over and over and over again. And here are some things that you should do before you keep trying. All right, transaction confirmation. I want to explain this to you. So we've upgraded our process. Okay, our process is more like Amazon. I don't know if any of you have any of you ever purchased anything from Amazon? When you do an order on Amazon, they don't charge your card immediately. First, they process your order and then they charge your card. And then you get a confirmation of whether or not the card went through. So we're set up to do just that. So here's what happens. Our process is now going to let you know if your card charge is successful or not. So if you look at the image there, you can see the first step is order placed. The second is processing payment. And this typically happens right on, in nanoseconds right behind each other. Okay. And at the bottom, you can see payment status. And payment status will let you know if your card has gone through. In this particular case, my card went through. My order is complete for 30 boomerangs. Okay. So that's that. You guys are going to ask, what is dispatching? I'm going to tell you now. And Mark, this is going to be one of those moments where we're going to find out who watches flight school or not. Dispatching, what does it mean? Dispatching means that the system is in the stage where it's doing all the behind the scenes stuff. So if you ordered Elevate, it's setting up your Elevate. If you enrolled, dispatching means it's setting up your iGo, setting up your iDecide, all that kind of stuff. If you purchase something that needs to be shipped, it's communicating with our shipping platform, which is ShipStation, and letting Tunde and his team know that they've got something that they need to send you. All right, so that's what dispatching means. We also fixed it where you can't click the submit button in the shopping cart multiple times and create multiple charges. Now, that said, there are some orders that were made and that were not successful prior to this fix. We are going to go back and fix up all of those. It's going to take a few days. All right. All right. Next up, credit card date fix. All right. Somebody says, what does processing mean? Processing means that if you're talking about here, processing means processing payment. And on the my orders, processing means that if you have an order that needs to be shipped, that's probably where it's going to show up. But again, remember, Gujar, we are going to clean that all up and all of your orders are going to show up in the right place. Yes, Larita, we are so glad that you love the way it tracks now. That's what we wanted to hear from you. So awesome. Glad we're making you guys happy. All right, credit cards. There was some frustration about the expiration dates. We fixed that. All right. Vouchers. Here's one of the minor cleanups. Vouchers had some weird naming on there. We cleaned those names up. It's now says voucher name and voucher number instead of card stuff. All right. The enrollment process. This is a place where people are having some difficulty. And I want to challenge you guys as I go through these updates, and I need my flight school veterans to be police in the chats. Don't let anybody turn those into specific customer service issues. Okay, let's not let it happen. It's distracting, and this is not the format. Otherwise, we'll be here for like a couple hours. All right, enrollment process. This was a place of frustration, and we want you guys to know that it's fixed. Okay, we want you guys to have confidence in the enrollment process. Ambassadors were signing up and not showing up. That's fixed. They show up now. Okay, the new ambassador is getting a welcome email. The sponsor is getting an email. The little typos in the headings been fixed. The privacy policy actually links to the privacy policy. And this date of birth issue was fixed. For some reason, the system did not like May birthdays. It was really crazy. Sorry, Taurus people, but it just didn't like anybody who was born in May and you couldn't enroll. Well, we fixed that too. So that's all good. Rita says, not as lovable tourists, folks. Exactly, right? All right. Elevate. All right. I don't know why the price kept showing as 9,999. Maybe the system was trying to communicate the real value of Elevate, but we think that's fixed, right? And we've actually fixed it a few times and it came back, so hopefully it's fixed for good for now. Clicking the Elevate logo in your back office works. The integration between the back office and Elevate has been fixed so that you are automatically created as a user when you buy it in the shop or when you add it in your enrollment. Here's a big news. The chat app has now been integrated into Elevate. So the whole ability to do the chat for the people inside Elevate is working. It's not working perfectly, but it is working. It works best on a computer. It's still not mobile friendly, but we're working on that. The class schedule is posted. Okay, so there's now you can see the when the classes are, and we'll fix that, make that interactive down the road as well. But at least right now you have a basic class schedule, and the users who had access and account creation issues before this fix, we are going back to fix those. Okay. All right, so we are going to go back and fix those. Now, by the way, I want to say this too. We launched a lot of fixes. One thing I've learned about computers is that in order to make your computer work faster, sometimes what they do is your computer remembers web pages, okay? And so sometimes the developer can launch a new version of that web page, but for speed, your computer just keeps serving you up the old version because that's what it has remembered. That remembering process is called caching, C-A-C-H-E, okay? And so sometimes what you'll have to do is clear your cache. Make your computer forget the old version so that it will actually reload and get the new version, all right? I know that's like super techie. I hate to give you guys homework assignments, but that might fix some issues. If I'm saying something's fixed, and you're still seeing it not fixed, it might be that you've got to clear your cache and then restart your browser and see if that'll work, okay? If you don't know how to do that, find a teenager and they will help you, okay? I call teenagers tech support. All right, subscription manager fixes. The subscription manager is a cool new feature because what it does is it gives you the ability to manage your own subscriptions, okay? So we launched this. The date change feature didn't work. It now works. And by the way, the fact that you can only choose 2 dates is not an error. That is by design. And we'll train on that a little bit later. But yes, you can change your date to those 2 dates. Now, if you have a disabled subscription, the disabled subscriptions are listed under disabled subscriptions. Active subscriptions are listed in the active subscription section. It just makes sense that it should be that way. And you are now in control. All right, the Star Achiever widget. Right? People are saying, I'm seeing these changes. It's making sense. Exactly. Good. All right. The Star Achiever widget is actually live. It works, right? However, it's not getting the right data. So don't panic if it's not showing you as a Star Achiever. I was talking with Jackie yesterday, and we were saying, you know what? All you have to do to be a Star Achiever is buy 300 PQV worth of stuff. So if you bought a show special this month that was 300 points or higher, then you're a Star Achiever, right? Even if the widget is not showing it, you know you're a Star Achiever because you did it. It's just the system needs to catch up. But here's how it will work. It will light a star for each consecutive Star Achiever month. It will reset to no stars if you miss a month. It will show the number of consecutive Star Achiever months, and the big star will light up every time you get to 12 months. So that's super exciting. And again, notice in red, big letters, what does it say? It says, we are still cleaning up all the orders for April and May. This report will not be 100% correct until we complete that. This is code language for please don't send customer support messages saying my Star Achiever widget's not showing the right thing. We know it, and we're telling you, we know it's not showing the right thing because we got to clean up this data, and then it will show the right thing. And we'll let you know when it's showing the right. Okay. Suspended ambassadors. This was another frustrating thing, as you can tell by the emoji, right? So we fixed the issue where people were enrolling and automatically going into suspended status. So that's fixed. And if there are people who are still in suspended status that shouldn't be, we are going back to fix that. All right. The binary viewer, where my builders at? I know you guys got to be excited to see this. The binary viewer. Okay. It's finally here. You can actually see your organization laid out in the binary. It's still not perfect though. So here's how I would use it. I would just use it to see where people are. But the information in the pop-ups is still not 100% correct. The tech team is fixing that. I sent them a list last night, still fine-tuning, but at least you can see your people. They said, would you want us to take it down until it's right? I said, no, people can't see where their people are. So let's let them see their people, but we'll fix the information. And they're running these fixes a lot faster now. So I don't imagine that it'll be more than a day or so before you guys see this thing right. And of course, we're still cleaning up the orders for April and May. So the actual numbers that you see in the binary viewer aren't going to be 100% correct until we finish that. All right, the weekly enrollment report is working. It shows all the enrollments in your PET, which by the way stands for Personal Enrollment Tree for the week. And again, data still being cleaned up. Okay. For those of you who are having getting in issues, logging in issues, one of the things I would encourage you to do in the short term is use a different browser. Okay. Just use a different browser, try that and see if that solves the issue. We're working on all those things too, to see what we can do on our end to make it easier. The entire organization report. Our tech team somehow likes the word affiliates, and it was everywhere. We made them change it to ambassadors. Now you can mouse over the pack that is showing next to a person, the pack icon, and it'll show you what the pack is. We've made it default to the search to list the active ambassadors first. And guess what? It's faster. It was slow as molasses before, and now it's crazy fast. And of course, remember, we are still doing what? Cleaning up all the orders for April and May. And so the numbers aren't going to be, do you guys get the point on that one yet? Right? Because I'm going to keep saying that to avoid the customer service reports. All right. The pair report, the drill down works, the history drop down works. There is one thing about this where it doesn't show any names in the current month. And we're fixing that to make sure that it always shows your list of personally enrolled ambassadors, even when there is zero volume for the current month. So they're fixing that. We discussed that last night. It's already in the works. And of course, we're still cleaning up the orders for April and May. And that's when you'll see all the numbers right. Okay. All right. Thanks, Marcus, for helping me out. He says it was his computer because he went on his iPad and everything is fine. All right, good. The events page is a lot cooler. We made the events page cool. So when we have a ticket to sell, this is where you're going to go buy it, right? You'll also be able to get it in the shop. But when we have a ticket to sell, the big banner at the top is going to promote the next event. When we don't have a ticket to sell, it's going to be a banner that Mark and his team can put up there. And then below that, it's going to always show the videos from the previous events. So that's a lot of fun. This is a real fun page in your back office. The shop. How about this, guys? We cleaned the closet. And the shop now has categories. Right? So right now you've got 3 categories. You've got Zents products, you've got digital products, and you have event tickets. And we're going to put things in the right category so you don't have to scroll and look everywhere for everything. Okay. And we fixed that ridiculous issue where whenever you chose something, it automatically put 2 in the cart. Maybe that was suggestive marketing from Mark Kithcart or something like that. I don't know. Now it was a glitch. We fixed it. All right. Documents. We had some messy thing that was the listing for document library in the left toolbar. That's fixed. Here's a big fix. This is a big fix, guys. Suspend, reactivate. So when your account's suspended, you get what's called restricted access, right? So this is when a person does not do 100 PQV for the month, okay? And so they're able to get into their back office, but they only were seeing the subscription tab. Now you can see subscriptions and shop, and it gives you the option to fix it by doing a subscription or a 100 PQV purchase. And here's something that's cool. I couldn't figure out a way to show it to you, but if you choose to go to the shop and do 100 PQV, once you complete a purchase that has 100 PQV or more, like as you're doing it, the bar will disappear and the rest of your toolbar will show up. It's super cool. I saw that yesterday and I was like, yes, that's awesome. It's immediate and I love it. All right. Now, that said, with all these fixes, if you still have a problem with your purchase, we are leaving the temporary ambassador shop up in case you need it. By the way, any enrollments to go through here, we're doing them daily. And all the orders, we've just collected them and they will be orders that took place this week will be imported this weekend. And so you'll see those into your back office. So that's a big update. That was a lot. I'm tired. Mark, come back. And we're still not done.
No, you know what? And I've got to give you a big shout out, bro. I've seen how hard you're working on this. Oh, hey, listen, Desiree, I have nothing to do with this back office, nor do I want to. T-Gray, take your hat off. Look at, he has no hair. So no way. I'm not getting involved in this because I'll lose all my hair.
Great hair, bro. You know what, let me pop in here. I remembered something that people were asking about subscriptions. So we had to wait on subscriptions until we fixed this transaction issue because the subscriptions were having the same issues that people were having. So we will be running subscriptions. I anticipate not later than Monday. That's our goal. But in the meantime, you can run your own subscription. That works now. So go to Subscription Manager, click Pay Now, and that works. All right. So if you want to do that, you can. Our Elevate subscription is going to run automatically. Yes, they are, but you can do it yourself as well. So we just want you guys to know we are working on that and we will have subscriptions covered for this month. Yeah.
So Sharon Rose says, "Ooh, that was a lot of updating." And Sharon, you don't even know half the story. So T. Gray and his team, they pretty much work in shifts 24 hours a day. And I have, spoken to T. Gray some mornings when I come in, and he said, you know what? I was on the phone with the development team at 2 a.m. So all of these things, and how many slides was that? I mean, and how many things were cleared out? And the update you gave the other day, there were so many things on the WhatsApp chat that I had to click read more twice. So it's incredible what they're doing. And so if you guys understand how much work goes into this back office, it is immeasurable. I mean, you just can't even understand how much work. I didn't even realize how much work was going into the back office until I sat down with him one day, and it's incredible, man. So thank you for your team. Thank you for all the work that you're doing. Thank you for the sleepless nights, and it's awesome, bro. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, bro, man. Thank you for that. And of course, we won't stop until it's not only perfect, but we won't stop until it's excellent, because that's our standard. Excellence and excellence alone. So we will keep driving on that. And while I'm at it, let me give a skin tech update too. So with regard to skin tech, as you guys know, our product has been at customs clearing through the FDA for several weeks now. And that's a process that's a little bit out of our control, but we have an FDA attorney who's helping us. And it's a positive thing. There was some mislabeling that happened from the company that shipped us our product that is being cleared up. It will take a few more days for us to do that and get the product. However, we are already in process setting up in Mexico, Mexico assembly process.
Fulfillment facility.
Right. But it's more than that. It's not just shipping. It's assembling and getting the product put together. So that's already in the works. 2 days working on that. We've got label bottles already shipping to that facility. They're about to receive some liquid that's already made, and we'll start shipping there. At the very least, we'll be shipping to Mexico and LATAM, and potentially shipping to the rest of the world from there as well. And what the good thing that's come out of this is that we're going to actually now have 2 locations where we're doing this. So we're going to have a location in the United States where we're putting our product together and shipping, and we're going to also have a location in Mexico where we're putting it together and shipping. So guys, we're powering through that. And Mark, you and I were talking about this. I think this thing's going to go absolutely insane as soon as people start to receive this product, which I believe will be shipping at some point next week.
100%. Cool. Good stuff, man. All right. Good deal. Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yep. And while you do that, I'll say this, guys, we're going to ship to every place that we can ship from Mexico. All right. So that's our mentality. And that's what we're going to do.
Good deal. All right. So Elevate Founder Ambassador subscription. You can still get this. It's the first 2,000, but it's $99.99 per month, regularly valued, and we were going to charge $149.99 a month, but for the founders and the founders only, it's going to be $99.99 a month for the first year. All right. And here we've got some tools. Some of you got an email last week. Was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. To where you can elevate your business with the Elevate playlist, and you can go to youtube.com/official elevate and get those videos out. Yeah, Desiree said, I did, and thank you. So good stuff, Desiree. And you're probably sending those videos out, and Camelia got hers as well. So get those videos out there. It whets the appetite, and the folks that want to join can join. All right, good stuff. So here we go, Elevate After Accelerate. So this is a contest that we're running. It's gonna be May 1st through May 31st. And if you enroll 2 new ambassadors, okay, it has to be ambassadors, not customers, into Elevate, you're gonna get your name entered into the drawing 1 time. For each additional enrolled ambassador, your name is gonna be added to the drawing as many times as you drop additional ambassadors in that join the Elevate program. So bottom line is we've got a lot of cool prizes for you guys, and it's 3 total drawings plus 1 bonus prize. You ready to rock through this?
Let's do it.
Go.
All right. First prize, and it's not the first prize, it's just the first prize we're talking about. 3 sessions or $500 in a trading account. You get to choose. You want 3 private 90-minute sessions with the educator of your choice, or do you want $500 of real money put into your trading account for you to use? So that's going to be your choice there. I know what I would choose, but that's an individual decision.
Chrissy DeLister said 3 sessions sounds priceless. Yes, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Proceed.
All right, and so we're going to draw. So the first person that draws, we draw their name. They're going to get a choice of these 3 prizes. The second person is going to get a choice of 2 prizes, and then the last person, of course, is going to get the prize that's left. So we've got a PS5. So good stuff. They're hard to find, man. Dude,
They really are.
been trying to get Carson one since Christmas.
Yep. Now, there's this incredible custom Falcon F10 trading computer. This is a really incredible piece of machinery. It's valued at $1,799. It's got memory. It's got speed. It can power 6 or more monitors like nothing. And it is the absolute most dialed-in machine for a trader that you could possibly get.
And as Danielle Camaro says, it's sexy.
And it is sexy. You know, Mr. Haynes has one.
Yeah. Yes. All right. And then the top enroller. This is the person who enrolls the most people in Elevate. They're going to get a Falcon F10 trading computer and a $1,000 account. So that's what, $2,800 of value right there. Daniel put in the chat. It's sexy. All right. Look, Jeffrey Diamond Malcolm says, just ship it to Jamaica from now.
That's right.
All right. Cool. All right. And then we've got the Skin Tech playlist. And that was also in the email as well. You can go to youtube.com/Zents, and you can find those there. So, and then we've still got the show special going on.
Oh, yes. And you know what? Who was it that said that they bought one this morning? Yeah. Absolutely. Congratulations to you. And folks, we still have it. Holton Bugs has graciously extended the show special. And as we've mentioned before, show specials usually end when the show ends. But Holton Bugs has extended it. And with the new upgrades to transactions, it's easier to buy.
Sweet. All right. And our GMA, your GMA, everybody's GMA is going on a tour. He's on a tour right now. Yesterday, we saw him off from the office. And I think, where is he going? He's headed to Chicago, right?
Yeah, Chi-Town.
Yeah. So, and when does that start? Oh, it starts at 10 a.m. So, it's starting. It's starting in about an hour, right? Yeah. So, yeah, we gotta get going here and get this thing wrapped up. But he's also headed to Puerto Rico. So you can get tickets from the Emeralds in Puerto Rico. Tickets are $20. Guests are free. And that is going to be on July 10th. July 10th. All right. And then he's going to be in Chicago. He's in Chicago as we speak.
June 10th, I think that was, sir.
Yeah, June 10th.
Yeah, June 10th.
Is that what I said?
No, I said July.
Oh.
That's okay, though.
Yeah, that messed me up. Yeah.
All
right. June 10th. Okay. And then we've got him up there in Chicago. Flew out yesterday, got there to Chicago. Good stuff. And then he's going to be in New York, and that is sold out as well. So that's May 27th. So that's next. Is that next Saturday? Yeah, that's next Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah. Sweet. Hey, and look at this. Look at this. The chats are lighting up. Margaret Mosier, you guys are such a hoot. Get my Saturday mornings going. You know what? We love being with you guys on Saturday mornings. I cannot think of any better place to be other than being in bed and sleeping, but we love to be here and it's awesome. Love you guys. Love you.
Business. Yes.
Right. Good deal. All right. We've got Kern Toussaint that will join me on Top Gun Spotlight this Tuesday at 4:00.
That's fantastic.
I cannot wait. So I think he is from France. Is that France?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, oh yeah. So wait, let's see here. No. He's UK. He's UK. Yeah. So good to be on with Mr. Toussaint, and it will be at 4:00.
5 times that Kern is from the UK.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
they're letting me know. Yeah.
They're letting me know. Kern's in the UK.
He's from the UK. He's got a French name though. Okay. All right. Cool. Here we go. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Mr. Sam B, come join us on Flight School.
Where is he? Where is Mr. Bean? Come on. There he is.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, bro?
How we doing, man? How we doing?
I was gonna wear that shirt.
Wow.
We could
You
have
look good. You look good in the one you got on, bro.
Okay, all right. You look good in that one.
You do, sir. You You know what, Sam? You look energized. You look clear, dynamic, and like you're like ready to drop some bombs today. Like I just see this all over you.
Hey, bro, I got my skin tech on my head. I'm over here in Atlanta getting ready to run from this event to the event with Jackie, Trey, Daniel, and the rest of the guys over in Atlanta. Man, we was on the boat yesterday for our Superstar Achievers. We was on the lake yesterday, and so I'm feeling good. I'm energized, and it's that time, baby. It's that time.
I put some on my to catch up to you, bro. How about it?
That's what's up, man.
All right, let's let Mr. Bean rock and roll. Mr. Bean, it is your stage, sir.
Thank you, fellas. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. And ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, again, these guys have done an amazing job. Definitely want to give a shout out to corporate for all the fixes and all the things that they're doing right now. And they're just doing an amazing job. And so you will see how powerful this system really will be once we're on the other side. Okay, and so make sure you keep that in perspective. But first and foremost, you have the founders of the company, people who I admire, love, and respect. When I say love, admire, and respect, I give all praises and shouts out to Houghton and Early and Bugs. I tell them all the time, this is an unenviable task. I don't envy their position at all, because owning a company is a huge responsibility, and it takes a special type of person to do that. And so thank you for providing this opportunity for us, but also thank you for being the type of people that you have to be to not just get us through this thing, but to get us 50 billion. I also want to say shouts out to our GMA, like Mark said, everybody's GMA, Edwin Haynes, over there in Chicago. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're in Chicago right now, you're in line right now, let us see it. I want to make sure you guys are buzzing by the time they open those doors and you guys are sitting down. You're standing up, shouting, whatever it is. I want to make sure you guys are buzzing. So if you're in Chicago, let us see it. If you're in Atlanta, let us see it. You're waiting for the big event today, let us see it. Okay, I promise you guys, it's going to be something to remember. And I definitely want to give a shout out to all of the TSAs, not just the diamond, all of the TSAs that are in the trenches. Okay, all the TSAs that are out there making it happen on the road, that are out there grinding. Okay, I want to give a shout out to those. And if you have somebody who's leading you, or if you have somebody that's in your team that's in the trenches right now, somebody's out there being resilient, somebody's out there focused, somebody's out there grinding, somebody's out there building, give them a shout out, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and put that name in the chat. Go ahead and let them know that you know that they're doing it big. Okay, whether they're in your success team or whether they're in your senior partner lineage, let them know. Okay, so today, again, this is just one of those things I want to talk about. And when we talk about what the topic was going to be today, we wanted to make the topic something that that you can actually build on forever, something that you can reflect on today, but use as a reflection guide, something like a compass, if you will, to success. And it's the 6 R's of a 7-figure earner. Okay, the 6 R's of a 7-figure earner. And definitely want to play a little game. And so anytime you hear an R, okay, anytime you hear R, what I like for you to do is put that word in chat. I want to make sure you guys are paying attention. Okay, I don't want any numbers. I want words. I want to make sure you guys are locked in. I want to make sure you guys are focused. I want to make sure you guys are getting exactly what we're giving you guys today. Okay, and so when you look at these R's, these are R's. When you look at people like Houghton Bugs, who is when you talk about a big money guy, okay, he's entering into that stratosphere of billion-dollar status. Okay, these are things that people like him, okay, they build their life around, right? And these are the things that the character traits and the things that make them special, that you guys want to evolve into. You guys want to adopt. You guys want to make sure you put yourself into a position where you embrace it and become it. Okay, and so I'm gonna dive right into it. Like I said, we don't have a lot of time, but number one, and in no specific order of importance, but they always remember their why. They always remember their why. And why? Okay, because it fortifies them, right? It puts them in a position where they become bulletproof, right? It fuels them, it energizes them, right? It puts them in a position where they're anchored, with a solid foundation, and their trees can't be shaken, right? They're wise in their reasons, are vast, and they have small ones and they have big ones. And when I look at me and my family and why, we're here, what reasons we're here. We're here, to get $40,000 a day in this situation. We're here for the residual income. Okay. We're here to revive our community. We want to give some money back and do some things for the people who we grew up with. There are a lot of different reasons why. You got to figure out what your reasons are. Okay. You got to put yourself in a position where you go back to the Cash Cow CD. And when I listen to Daniel's training and how much he talks about the Cash Cow CD still to today. And I still remember when Daniel picked me up when he was a Ruby in the last company. Every time when he picked me up from the airport, he had the Cash Cow playing. He's not lying, right? And you can see it in every last one of Daniel's team members. They all are in the Cash Cow. And on that first CD, get a Cash Cow, right? The one thing you always hear is that you don't get what you want. Okay, you get what you picture. Okay, and so when you look at people who are really are going to the 7-figure level, they picture everything they want. They have the end in mind, right? They don't picture the problems. They understand that the problems are going to be here. They understand that things are going to happen. They expect that, right? But you get what you picture. When you can actually get over the problems and you can see retirement, you can see residual income, you can see your kids learning how to actually be an entrepreneur by you. Now you are going from a employee mindset to a entrepreneur's mindset. Okay, so when you look at that R, remembering why, remembering your reasons, I can say it's one of the most important things, ladies and gentlemen. If you stay focused on it, okay, when you see a problem, pull out your goals. Okay, when you see a problem, okay, go out there and look at your vision board. Okay, when you see a problem, go look your family in the eyes. Okay, and remember why you're doing this. See, it for me, I'm not looking at my back office. I haven't looked at my back office in 2 months because I already know what I'm going to see. Okay, but what I do understand is that T. Gray and the corporate office is making sure that right now they're working on everything that, so when I do look in the back office, in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however long it takes, I'm going to see exactly what I need to see. But right now, there you go, right now, okay, I need to see people on Zooms. Right now, I need to see people in the seats. Right now, I need to see people who are out there grinding, people in the trenches, people who have their whys right there in front of them. Okay? If you're in your car, you should have your whys and your reasons, your list, your goals, your dreams in your glove compartment. Okay. If it's on your phone, you should probably have a screenshot. Okay. It may not be your screensaver, but you should have, a picture of, your goals, on your phone somewhere. Okay. You should have it on your iPad somewhere, on your tablet somewhere. You should have it in your bathroom on your mirror. When you wake up in the morning, you should have it in lipstick, or you should have it in an erasable marker or something on your, if you're in the shower, you should have a wet Crayola writing your whys on the shower, right? And so keep it in front of you so you'll know why you're doing it. You'll know what the reasons are, right? Number 2, reprogram your thinking, okay? Reprogram your thinking. When you look at these 7-figure earners, that's one thing that they're always doing, evolving. Okay, they're always growing. They're always putting themselves in a position where their thoughts are being adjusted. Because when you look at Napoleon Hill, okay, there's a book that he wrote, and there's a whole entire section that he wrote about, and it's called an inaccurate thinking, where your thoughts are not your thoughts. They're the thoughts that were programmed in you by your parents, okay, by your uncles, your aunties, your teachers, your babysitters, your environment, your culture, your pastors, right? Your teachers, your professors, right? The people who have been with you your whole entire walk, the people who you respect, people who you love, the thoughts and things that you regurgitate are those thoughts of the people who have come before you. And so when I look at my thoughts now are the thoughts of Holton Bugs. They're not the thoughts of my mom, my dad, my uncles, my aunties. My thoughts are the thoughts of Edwin Haynes, right? People who have made 7 figures, multiple 7 figures, right? And so you want to make sure that you're in alignment with the thought that outthinks you, like Johnny Wimber says, right? You got to make sure that you get your thoughts in order. Because I can tell you right now, there's not one 7-figure earner that's launched a company that thinks about the challenges. They think about the goal line, the finish line. They think about how many people that they're saving, how many people's lives that they're impacting. They're thinking about, how they're impacting the future and how they're impacting the world, what kind of significance they're bringing to the table, right? It's very, very important that you know how to, switch modes. It's like a computer. Like Terrence said, clear the cache. Some of you guys need to clear your cache. Some of you guys have a motherboard that's got a lot of viruses on it. You need, matter of fact, some of your motherboards just need to crash. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be replaced. Okay, and you need to be the one to replace it. You need to be the one that's doing personal development on a regular basis. Okay, you need to have your car turn into a mobile library. Right, when you're working out, you need to be listening to somebody, that's Napoleon Hill or a Grant Cardone or anybody that's out there, John C. Maxwell, anybody who's or your leaders, right? If your leaders do trainings, right, you want to go ahead and suck that up. Go out there and master that information. Just make sure you're having information dumps, right? And all the information that you're dumping into your head, you want to make sure it's 7-figure information, 8-figure information, 9-figure information, right? I remember with Rod Smith, a real good friend of mine, he would always say this, and it made a lot of sense. When he first met Mr. Bugs and he met his son, listening to his son let him know how valuable the information was that was coming from Mr. Bugs. And he said, man, if I had the ability, I would run a USB cord from my head to HB's head, and I would just do a massive dump, right? And so that's the type of thinking. This is why Rod, is like I said, he's an athlete. He's won 2 Super Bowls, right? But he's a nerd, you know what I'm saying? I'd say he's a big thinker, right? He has mentors that out earn him, right? And so that's why all his money, he made more money outside of the NFL than he did in the NFL, okay? And so again, you have to understand that your thoughts are things, and if you don't get your thoughts right, the things that you have will be worthless. The things that you have will be, when I say, you'll live to regret those things because of those thoughts. For me, the way I've thought and the way I've changed my thinking since I've met Holton Bugs, okay, and Edwin Haynes, the way I've changed and evolved, I can just say right now, everybody notices it. My family notices it. My friends notice it, right? And that's the thing. You don't have to announce it. People will announce it for you. People will let you know, man, there's something different about you, okay? People will recognize, okay? And that's what you want them to do. You want them to recognize your evolution. Okay? And that's going to only happen, okay, when you actually do that. You got to upgrade your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Because some of you are thinking your way out of deals instead of thinking your way into them. Some of you guys have people who you're talking to about business, but because of the way you're thinking, because of what you're focused on, they're not feeling you right now, okay? They know that their thinking is flawed right now. They know that there's a glitch in your system right now, because they don't even have to know that it's a back office glitch. They just know it's a glitch because it's not connecting all the way, right? And so you got to upgrade your thinking, okay? You got to make sure your thoughts are better, okay? And your thoughts always let you know what you expect and let everybody else around you know what to expect. Are you expecting storms and challenges, okay? Or are you expecting, again, running through the finish line with your hands held high, okay? I just say right now, when you look at people who open up companies, okay, these people are normally the only people in that company who has a dream. And we talk about the reason why is those are the people who they have a blueprint on what the company will be. And they understand that during that timeline, there are going to be some challenges that's going to occur. And they don't let those challenges, stop them. They make those challenges go away by thinking of resolutions. Okay. Remember, as a business owner, you're a problem solver, right? You get paid to solve problems. You get paid to resolve challenges, right? That's your job, right? That's how you now increase your income, because every time you solve a problem, you increase your value to society, right? You increase your value to your group. You increase your value to your company. You increase your value to your household. So focus on solving the problem as opposed to being a part of it, okay? Anytime you embrace the problem, you become the problem. Anytime you embrace the responsibility, okay, of solving the problem, you become a legend. Okay. Number 3, restocking and replacing everyone. Okay. Restock your pipeline 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? And replace everyone in your organization, including yourself, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And when you look at that book, there's a book called The Parable of the Pipeline, right? And it's an amazing book. It's an easy read for people like me who really don't like to read. It's an amazing read, right? And it's something that I've given my nieces and my nephews ever since it was introduced to me. I've given it to my nieces and my nephews so they can go out there and get a head start on life. They can go out there and understand that at some point in time, a job is good for now, okay? But you should be working your way out of a job, right? By creating a pipeline that you can have cash flow coming from, right? And so building a pipeline, ladies and gentlemen, just social media is so huge, so vast. It's the easiest way to go out there, and really meet people who you've never met before and bring these people into your pipeline by starting conversations and building relationships, right? When we left our last company, we were forbidden to bring anybody to this company from the other company. Mr. Bug said, we're not going to tear down the last company to build up this one. And my wife and I, we sponsored 108 people in 60 days, right? 108 personals. And I can tell you right now, 70 plus of those personals, maybe 80 plus of those personals, right, were from people who never did business with us before, right? But they were people in our pipeline, okay? And so make sure you're always restocking your pipeline. Make sure every time you recruit somebody, you replace that person. Every time. Because what happens is when you don't replace that person and they get to $5,000 a month or they get to $10,000 a month, okay, what happens is they get to that point to where they know it all. When they get the ruby, when they get the emerald, they get to that point to where they know it all. They get to that point where they feel like they don't need you as a leader anymore. They get to that point where they feel like they are the leader and they're responsible for your income, your lifestyle. They're responsible for your freedom. And what happens is now that person will hold you hostage. What happens is now that person will now say, you know what, since, I'm responsible for everything that they do, I might take a month off and let's see what they do now, right? So I learned from HB a long time ago, as soon as you recruit somebody, you replace them, okay? Because it's not if they get to that I know it all stage at $10,000, it's when they get there. And you want to know, what a person has in them. It'll show you by how long they stay there in that mental space. Some people, most people, never even make it out of that space. And by the time they realize that they're in a bad place and they realize they're in an I know it all place, that toxic place, it's too late. They lost their business, they lost the momentum, they lost the volume, and they have to leave the company, right? You have some people who catch it in time to where they can humble themselves, right? And then they can get back into the flow of things, and then they can start building again, right? And make amends for the relationships that they actually burned, right? And so again, that's why you want to replace. And then you want to replace yourself. You want to identify the people. Like right now, I'm looking at the people who are in the trenches. I'm looking at the people who are grinding. I'm looking at the people who have those blinders on. They have tunnel vision right now. And at the end of that tunnel is that light. At the end of that tunnel is $50 billion as a company. And those are the people that I'm replacing myself with. Okay, those are the people who I know will be diamonds, either by building or by volume. Okay. Those are the relationships that I am growing and nurturing and developing right now. Those are when you look at the people who are around me right now, the people who I'm attempting to replace myself with, these are the superstar achievers who are out there developing superstar achievers right now. Okay. And so you have to give yourself an exit strategy, from the business. At some point in time, you want to be able to say, you know what, I make $1 million a month, and now I have to remove myself from the equation. I have to get out of the way and get out of the room. So all my other leaders can lead without me overriding them, right? And so, and Yvette Turner, I thank you. I thank everybody who's participating, okay? Remove, okay? Your job as a leader is to replace yourself. And you can only replace yourself with people who have the same philosophies, the same principles, and the people who are doing the same things that you're doing. They don't have to do it the same way. They don't have to do it on the same level, okay? They just have to remind everybody, okay, that, oh, that person is on Jackie Pippen's team because she's doing everything that Jackie's doing. That person's on Michael Jackson's team because I know that's what Michael Jackson would do, right? They should be able to see you and your people, right? You got to replace yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? You can't be the focal point, you know, in everything that's going on in your organization. If you're the focal point of your organization right now, your organization is probably in a bad place. If you're not developing leaders, ladies and gentlemen, what's happening is you develop some followers who are now following other people in other companies. They may not have quit yet, but they may be thinking about it. Okay. And so you need to make sure that you're building those relationships and fortifying those relationships and pointing to those people who are at the bottom right now. Okay. When I say the bottom, the brand new, the newest people that you have in your organization, because this is what happens. You're at the top. Okay. And then you have the middle, and then you have the bottom. You have the new ones. Right. Then at some point in time when the challenge happens, and we've had our challenges and we're going to have some more, right? We just won't have the same challenges. But when the first challenge happened, pay up, stop paying, right? The top became the middle because the bottom left, and the middle became the bottom. Then you had some other people when, oh man, Zins, it took us a little while to get the Zins, right? And then all of a sudden you went from the middle to the bottom because you didn't replace yourself. You didn't fortify your foundation. You didn't focus on the right people, right? You didn't go out there and start building up leaders. Okay. And when I say building up leaders, my leaders aren't diamonds. My leaders are TSAs. My leaders are senior directors. My leaders are superstar achievers. My leaders are senior directors. My leaders are the actual, you know, senior directors and executive directors. They're not diamonds. Okay. Remember, it's not about rank. It's about an understanding. Okay. And so you can have leaders that have no rank at all. If you want residual income, don't put, you know, a leadership title on a rank. Put a leadership title on what people are doing, what you expect them to do, what you require them to do, okay? And what's required of them to be a leader. Okay. So when you start shining the light on people because of rank and you're avoiding the people who are out there doing the work, what happens is when you alienate them, okay, the people who have the rank, they'll stop qualifying because the people who are actually building their rank up, they'll leave. Okay, they'll leave because they feel like you don't appreciate them. So you appreciate everybody in your organization from top to bottom. Okay, if they're grinding, if they're working, if they're in the trenches, you appreciate them as if they were a presidential diamond already. Okay, because that's the only way you're going to become one. Your people have to be in here long enough, okay, and they have to be emotionally strong enough, okay, to endure those challenges, and they can't do it without you, believing in them, publicly and privately. Okay. So restocking, replacing, restocking, replacing, restocking, replacing all day, every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Rituals, your daily habits. Number 4, rituals. Your daily habits will tell everyone, including you, about the type of person that you are. Okay. Your rituals. Okay. You either have those habits that make you money or you have those habits that cost you money. You spend your days, complaining, or you can spend your days making phone calls. Do you spend your days focusing on what's not right, or do you spend your days or invest time in your days going out there prospecting, pouring into your people, finding reason to recognize your team members? You go out there and make yourself better, personally motivating yourself, inspiring yourself, educating yourself. Are you out there getting better at inviting, doing the repetitions? Are you out there getting better at follow-ups, doing the repetition? Are you out there getting better at closing and bringing people to a buying decision because of the repetitions, okay? Because of those rituals that you have, or are you avoiding those things and using what's happening, right, and what's going on around you, okay, to kind of distract you? Those rituals, ladies and gentlemen, those rituals are important. Your rituals will expose you. They'll snitch on you, right? If you're one of those people, you get up in the morning, you're running, you got your headphones on, you listen to HB, or you listen to, the morning inspiration at 7 o'clock, or what, and you whatever it is, or at 8 o'clock rather, and you out there listening to personal development, or you listening to the last training, okay, that let's say Martha Hermes did, or whatever it is, you're listening to something you get your head right, and then you're doing your follow-ups, you're checking your emails, you're checking your inboxes, you're doing all this stuff in the morning, you have great rituals. But if you wake up, right, you have your cup of coffee, you go feed the dog, pet the dog, you know, you go out there and call some folks, you go out there, you get on social media, and you're not doing the business stuff on social media, you spend an hour and a half on video games, you know, that's on your phone, and your rituals, okay? You either have healthy, wealthy rituals, okay? Or you have those destructive ones, the ones that take you away from your goals. They don't get you closer to your goals. They get you further away from your goals. You got to ask yourself, is this ritual getting me closer to my end result, or is it giving me further away from it? Okay? Is this, you know, ritual an expressway to my riches? Okay? An expressway to diamond, blue diamond, black diamond, expressway to $20,000 a month? Or is this ritual a roadblock and an obstruction, right? That's keeping me from what I really desire, why I really started this business, the reason why I started this company, right? And you got to now be, you know, in a mode of reflection. You got to now ask yourself these questions, because the one thing I do understand is that you won't lie to yourself. You can't. You can't. Your brain won't allow you to lie on yourself. It's going to give you the right answer 100% of the time. Okay. Your IPAs, income producing activities. This is what I suggest you do. Okay. I suggest each and every last one of you to text your senior partner every day. Text your senior partner every day, because it's going to let us know. It's going to reveal to us who's in the trenches, right? It's going to reveal to us who has the rituals that we need to, if you want to get out the incubator, if you want to put yourself in a position where, you know, you're selected, you're chosen, right? And you become the focus, you know, of us, you know, developing, you know, people. Send your leader a text message every day of everything you do that produces income, right? And I'm not talking about training. I'm not talking about learning. I'm talking about doing one-on-ones, doing two-on-ones for you and your people, doing Zooms, doing presentation, right? Prospecting. I mean, the brand new people you met and put in the pipeline. Income producing activities, IPAs. I love getting my IPAs. I get IPAs all day, every day, right? And I've been teaching IPAs. IPAs are one of the simplest things to put your people in a position of accountability. You don't have to hold your people accountable. Their IPAs do, okay? And if you're a person who really has some character, and you have an IPA day that has a goose egg on it, send the goose egg, because you won't like how that feels, okay? Sending HB or Edwin Haynes an IPA with a goose egg on it, it puts me in a position where I'd never want to do that again, right? So I'm going to make sure the next day I do something, okay? And it may not, it's not about you and your IPA stacking up to what they believe that you should do. They just want to know that you're doing something, okay? So again, rituals. Number 5, remove the emotions. This is going to be, this is going to be hard for some of you, okay? Because you're human, and humans are allowed to have emotions, okay? But as a 7-figure earner, you're not allowed to keep it, okay? It's not, again, it's going to happen to you. Something's going to happen to you that's going to send you off the edge, okay? It's got to happen. Remember, when you have a 7-figure goal, you're going to have a 7-figure obstruction. You're going to have, you know, to encounter things that are going to be equal in opposition to the goal that you're striving to accomplish. So you should expect it. And when it shows up, you say, hi, right? I was expecting you. Now leave. Some of you sit there, and when that problem get there, you make it a cup of coffee, okay? You actually say, hey, look, here's your guest bedroom, right? I want you to stay for a while. As a matter of fact, you can stay for as long as you want. And matter of fact, dinner's at 7. I want you to come and talk to us at the table, right? You invite it in, you keep it in, you embrace it. And it's like, you ever met a person when maybe your spouse, you know, or your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, you know, they get mad, right? And they mad at you, and you make them laugh, and they start to laugh, but they fight it, and they stop laughing because they want to be mad, right? That's human nature, right? So you got to understand that your emotions will cost you everything, okay? They are. You got to stop reacting and start responding. Okay, you got to give yourself time to process the information. So when that information comes in, you know what to do to address it. Remember, when you react, you say and you do things that you can't take back. You say and you do things that always, y'all hear me? Always. Everybody type always. No, it's not an R, but type always. It always costs you money. It always costs you something of value. It may cost you a relationship. I say words that leave these lips, okay, have the power to sink ships, right? So you want to make sure that you have a cook-off period. Count 10, 9, 8, right? You give yourself time to think about how you should respond as opposed to how you react. Because some of you, when things happen, what happens is you react and you go off the deep end and you go and take all the negative down into your team. What is the negative supposed to go, ladies and gentlemen? Put it in the chat. When you have negative, what is it supposed to go? Up. There you go, Tim Lambert. It's supposed to go up, always up, always up, always up, because the people who are above you, who've been through those challenges, they know how to resolve them. They understand that there's no such thing as an Ibüümerang emergency. Some of you guys, you think you're in a state of emergency. No, you're in a state of growth. This is what's building you up, your mental toughness, right? This is what you should be embracing. You should be excited about this, really. You know, and I'm not making light of anything. I'm telling you, this is when, you know what I'm saying, you should be the most excited because you're going to be violent or confronted with violent opposition anytime you get ready to do something great, right? This is my season. I know this is my season. This has got to be my season, right? This has got to be my season. They told me this was going to happen. So let me respond the way I'm supposed to. What would HB do? Ask that question to yourself. What would HB do? This has been my saving grace forever. When I ask myself, what would HB do? It's 100% different than what I would do. How would HB respond? It's 100% different than how I would respond. Yeah. And so how would Edwin Haynes, respond, right? What would he be doing? What actions would he be taking, right? Who would he be calling? Okay. When you ask yourself that question, you give yourself that answer, right? Even if you don't know the exact answer, it's going to be one on a higher level, right, of maturity. And I say maturity, I'm talking about business maturity, right? Leadership maturity, than how you would operate on. And that's how I made my decisions, even in the absence of Edwin Haynes and Holton Bugs. I just understood that they were already on another level, right, than I was. So if I asked myself that question, what would HB do? What would Ed Haynes do, right? I always came up with an answer that was better than what I was going to do, okay? And so you gotta stop reacting, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta start responding, okay? Because when you react, what happens is now you shine a light on yourself that your upline sees and your success team sees, okay? They say, man, she's not as confident as I thought she was. Man, I'm focusing on the wrong person, right? I should be focusing on that person over there. This person over here, they're not who I thought they were. That person up there, I'm following the wrong person. They're my sponsor, but I need to be following the person around them, because the person around them, they're not even talking about nothing negative. They're talking about something positive. They're out there grinding. They're in the trenches. They're out there getting it. They act like nothing ain't even happening. That's the person gonna get me to my dreams, not my sponsor. Keep in mind, your sponsor's not your leader. That's the person who enrolled you. That person who enrolled you. So what you do is, anytime you're dealing with somebody negative, right? What you do is you go around them, because you don't have a boss. It's not mandatory that you work with anybody, right? If a person's negative, you go around them. You find a person who's positive. You find a person who's going and they're doing the things and they're saying the things that are congruent with the goals that you have, right? So again, stand in front of your emotions, not behind them, right? Boy, let's see here. Yep, you create fires and distractions when you are emotional, okay? Yep, and yep. Yeah, this is some good stuff here. There you go. So the next one. Who rely? The 7-figure earners. This R is important because they rely on their leadership. even leaders, they rely on their leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, in every room of leaders, there is the leader, right? When HB is in the room, he's the leader, right? When Aaron Haynes is in the room, right? He's the leader, right? And so again, in every room of leaders, there is the leader. So the leader always has the answer or will always come up with it, right? So when you look at the leaders, you want to make sure that you understand that they're your navigational systems. Okay, when I look at Edwin Haynes and I'm looking at the GMA, you know, he's my guy, right? And I'm looking at him in the trenches. I'm looking at him in the field. I'm looking at the banners, right? And that's a clue. What should you be doing, right? What should you be doing? You should be doing what he's doing, right? He's leading by example. You don't see him, you know, sitting there, oh, war with me. You see him, you see his back. He's running, he's grinding, he's flying. You see him out there in motion, right? You see HB, what do you see HB doing? He's coming up with solutions. He's innovating, he's creating, right? He's thinking about you, which is why he can't sit there and think about, you know, the negative stuff. He sees it on a higher level, but he also sees the resolution, but also he needs to see the next step, or because he expects all this to be done. He expects all this to be finished. But what after that? If he just stops and focuses on one challenge that he's having right now, once this is gone, he'll have to start from scratch. The leaders are always, ladies and gentlemen, leading. They're always leading. Okay. They're your moral compass. They're your moral compass in your conscience, right? When you're doing the wrong things, you don't want to be around them. When you're doing the wrong things or not doing what's required, you don't want to contact them. You don't want to call them, right? You become, you know, one of those missing people that end up on milk cartons, right? So when you're doing everything, you're always in communication with them, right? You're always sending them the IPAs, right? And that's the thing, that you got to put yourself in a position where your leaders know that they can rely on you as well. This is a two-way street. When I say rely on you, I'm talking about you doing your job. You got to relieve them of doing everything that you're supposed to do. You got to relieve them of all the responsibilities that you're required to do so they can go out there and be creative. They can go out there and do the things that they're supposed to do to take your business to the next level. If they're doing all your presentations, right, they can't go out there and continue to build their platform to go and get higher in rank. You got some people who are doing sapphires, who are doing presentations for everybody in the organization, and they have nobody else that's growing. So they're going to stay sapphire for a while because you're the one that's doing everything. You can't go out there and extend your platform so you can get the ruby. You got rubies, you're facing the same challenge, right? You can't rank up because you got too many people that you're either doing the business, doing the work for because you want to be the deal, or you don't know how to duplicate, right? And so your people are not relieving you of their responsibilities, right? They're relying on you to do their job, which is the wrong thing to rely on. You rely on your leaders, ladies and gentlemen, to come up with the answers, to come up with the solutions, to be the voice of reason, to be the one that says, you know what, why are you on the ledge, right? Why are you on the ledge? There's no reason to be on the ledge. Do you understand you about to jump for this, right? A leader will tell you, for me, like having a conversation, with some people who was on the boat with us, some of our superstar achievers, one in particular, Willis Burris, right? We had dinner last night after we left Lake Lanier. And I'm telling him, I'm like, me personally, I'm confident in HB, right? I rely on him to do what his job is, which is to run the company, okay? I rely on corporate to do what their job is, which is make sure everything in the back office works, right? And to make sure that the system is running fine, okay? If everything that we had going on went on for 90 days, I could care less. I really could, because this is the thing. It's 90 days of growing through this, or it's the rest of your life regressing, working for somebody. So some of you have already invested 10 years in a corporation, but you're not fit to do business for 90 days and under challenges and under duress, right? You've been working for somebody 15, 20 years. You got another 15 to 20 years ahead of you. And you can't go through another 90 days or 6 months, right? To be rich, to be wealthy, to be free. And if you're not going through that, you're not growing through that, right? It's because you're not talking to the right people. You're talking to people who are ready to quit. You're talking to people who don't have a reason why, right? You're talking to people who are not willing to rebuild and restock. right? You're talking people who are replacing themselves, right, by evacuating the situation. You got to put yourself in a position with people who are emotionally sophisticated enough to understand that this is not an emergency. This is a moment. This is not, something that should cost you a fortune. This is not something that should cost you your future. This is one of those things that once it's fixed, ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap. We've been through this before. Every seven-figure earner has been through this before. Okay? They have. We, in the last company, we had pay problems, right? We got through it. Got the company to $3 billion. It happens. You are not going to be a seven-figure earner, right? Or a multi-billion-dollar corporation if you don't have seven-figure individual, challenges and multi-billion-dollar corporate, challenges that you have to get over. You got to earn the right to be a millionaire. You got to earn the right to be a $50 billion corporation, right? And all this is us battling and fighting through these tests so we can get our testimony as an individual and as a company, right? And one thing I'm not, and you guys know this to be true, I'm not an apologist, okay? The responsibility lies where it lies. Everybody knows that job. Do you know yours? Okay. Corporate knows what they got to do, and they're doing it. HB, he knows what he's got to do as an owner. He knows his responsibility, right? Edwin Haynes as GMA, he knows his responsibility. But you as a TSA, do you know yours? Can the company count on you? Can the company rely on you to do your job, right? That's the thing that you got to ask yourself. Are you a part of the solution or are you a part of the problem? Okay. Are you on the front line, holding hands, lock arms and step with the next diamond or with the next TSA that's in the trenches? Or are you one turning back and going the other way? Because leaders don't go the other way. They hit those challenges face on, head on, right? And they charge right through them. Okay. When you look at, I think it was the Master Key of Riches, and it talks about the definition of purpose. And it talks about when you run toward the challenges or you run toward the problems, what happens is, you run at it and you charge at it, and you charge at it fearlessly, and you charge at it relentlessly, and you attack it. What happens is it'll get out of the way, okay? Because it's afraid of you. It's a bully. It'll get out of the way, allow you to pass, and then you'll pass so fast and so impressively that the challenges that was in your way will fall behind you. And now, instead of getting in your way, it'll push you and propel you forward, right? A lot of people who doubted you, who were your opposition, who were your obstructions, the people who were trying to hold you back. And when you charge at them, you let them know that this is going to get done with or without them, and it's going to get done with or without your ridicule. What happens is they're impressed and they get out of your way, and then they join you. And then instead of getting your way and building your business, they get in your business and help you get the sapphire, ruby, emerald, diamond, right? But you got to be fearless. You got to be courageous. You got to be resilient. Resilient is when I say that word, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very, very important word. There are no rich cowards. So you can put that down. There are no rich cowards, right? They're resilient, rich people, right? They don't give up. They don't quit, right? And I'm just telling you, it's one of those things that they always resolve problems. You heard me say it earlier. You get paid to resolve problems. You get paid to resolve challenges. The person, remember, in the dictionary, one of the definitions for entrepreneur is a person who solves a problem. Okay. If you can't solve a problem, you're an employee. If you can't solve a problem, you're stuck to a job for the rest of your life because you have zero value that you can provide to society. There's nothing that you can teach anybody. There's nothing that you can do for anybody to help anybody. Okay. And so understand where you're at and be okay with it. There's nothing wrong with having a job. Okay. But if you were born a king and a queen and you weren't born to work for somebody, and you were born to be a millionaire, a billionaire, you were born to be an entrepreneur, you were born to be free, and you can't solve, and you refuse to solve problems. There's no word called can't. Math, hung by the tongue tells you can't is not a word. Okay. You refuse to solve problems. What you're doing is you're refusing your destiny. You're refusing your wealth. Okay. And let me see here. I had a bonus for you guys. Yeah, the bonus is this, and it's simple. Recognize everybody for everything. right now as a leader, okay? And a lot of you guys have been seeing on Friday, every Friday for the last 5 or 6 weeks, I call it Freedom Fridays, right? Every city I go to, we're getting a vote for the superstar achievers, for the people who are grinding, people who are focused, and we're rewarding them for being focused. We're rewarding them for doing what's required when it's not the easiest thing to do, right? And so that's happening. Like I said, this weekend we're in Atlanta on a boat. Last weekend was Baltimore. Last weekend was St. Louis. The weekend was what else? Houston. And it's going to be different places. And you got to be able to recognize people, ladies and gentlemen, on a regular basis right now. Because again, remember, recognition keeps people in the business, right? That's the thing. You can find a way to recognize somebody faster than you can find a way to make them money. Okay. When you put a person in a position where they are honored, they're recognized, they're in a position where, you know, they're celebrated, right? What happens is they tend to forget, okay, all of the things that are going on. You're now distracting them from what's going on, and you're rewarding them for going out there doing what's required. It's not manipulation, right? It's is what you're supposed to do anyway. If you're just starting it, don't start it because you want to distract them. Start it because it's what you're supposed to be doing anyway. Just trust me. The recognition, HB taught me this a long time ago. He taught us this a long time ago. I know Cesar remember this, right? I know, obviously, E. Haynes, I know all of them, Danny, all of them remember this. Mr. Bugs was talking about this at a diamond event that we had in our last company. He always says that your goal is to get everybody on your team that comes to an event on the stage. At some point in time, everybody that's sitting in a seat should have walked across the stage at some point in time for some reason. And it doesn't matter what reason. It's not about, I don't care. If I have nobody walk across stage as Diamond, nobody walk across stage as Emerald, nobody walk across stage as a Ruby or a Sapphire, but I have everybody that's in the seats walk across stage as a star achiever or superstar achiever, I've done my job. And I'll have the most secure income than most people in the industry. Because the one thing I know about rank is that when you qualify rank, you have to requalify it, right? And when you don't requalify it, that's an actual hit on your self-esteem, okay? But everybody can requalify as star achiever. Everybody who hits superstar achiever can requalify as superstar achiever. And if you build your business right and you have that philosophy, every time you'll hit a rank, Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald, and Diamond, you do it the right way, you have the right infrastructure, the right foundation, guess what? You'll requalify 100% of the time. That's why you have to recognize people right now. Recognize the people who haven't turned their back on you. Recognize the people who are standing in the gap for you, right? Recognize the people who are giving you the opportunity to go out there and do what you do as a leader, so you go out there and serve them at the highest level possible, okay? Recognize these people, because if you don't, somebody else will. And that person won't be in your company. Therefore, that person won't be in your team, okay? Like Mr. Bug says, if you don't feed your dog, somebody else will, okay? Just like people who have marital problems and challenges and people who have relationship challenges, if you don't show your mate the recognition that they need, somebody else will, right? Somebody else will. So again, with that, ladies and gentlemen, those are, you know, my R's, the 7 R's of 7-figure earners. And so T. Gray, Mark, I'll turn it back over to you guys. Yeah, and so I appreciate you guys allowing me to share the platform today.
Mr. Bean, you were dropping the nuggets and people were excited in the chats. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Everybody's saying, wow, wow, wow. Yeah. This is so good. So good, man. Thank you.
Yes,
dropping bombs today, Beanie baby. Oh my God. I took so many notes from that. And you know, I love the fact that you just teach about responsibility and putting your emotions in check. It's something that so many of us just need a reminder on from time to time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. This is true. Awesome. I appreciate you guys.
Let's take our picture. You ready?
Ready.
All right.
All right.
Good stuff.
Appreciate it.
Good job, Simon. Sam Bean.
We love you. We love you, bro.
We do. We love you like no other.
And you know who else we love? We love all of the ambassadors.
We do. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, things are working better. Let's go out there and make this a big weekend. Boom.